Max is smiling.
Okay, now we're streaming. Welcome everybody. So Max is on the bike, and I don't know, guys, if you have something planned for today. Any ideas? Anything to discuss? How have you been? Happy Easter, by the way, for those who believe or want to receive the. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on this, peer-to-peer contract, and also I had Dandelion Light running on my local machine as a local testnet. So that's the stuff I'm working on.
Okay, the P2P, yeah, well, it's a challenging thing. Nice to integrate. And the other one, congratulations, amazing. I'm wondering to know how fast transactions were there. Do you want to share something, Martin?
I can show it, I think. Of course, it's a fresh demo, so probably will crash. But that's why you do demos.
By the way, I am introducing noise or echo or something. Q, can you confirm?
Let's see here. I don't hear you when I'm speaking, but you're not actually. Yeah, it's coming back through. So I don't think I'm the only one hearing the echo. Anybody else?
Yeah, it's minimal, but
What? No. So I'm okay.
Yeah.
No, it's there, but it's minimal.
I would say it's minimum plus. It's a little more than minimum.
Minimum. I like it.
Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear no echoes, no weird things. Only I don't know what Q has on his hand. A knife, a scissor.
We're live streaming with Pollos Hermanos, clips and nipples.
Max is hearing echo from me. Okay, I will mute. Sorry.
Don't mute when you're talking, though.
So yeah, I made a branch on Dandelion Light. It's called the local testnet version 2. We had a previous one and that was outdated. So I made some changes to make everything work without, having to connect to an external node. It will all be running on your own computer. So it's like I have to check the set. I made a separate .env with some changes to make it work. It's called example.local. So you have to copy that into your .env if you want to use it. Also, it will generate its own keys using MK files script from the actual services running that stuff is in local testnet in the source folder. So it's a separate Docker compose thing, doing some extra work to make it all function. And it's using start cluster. It's using, where's that thing? MK files. But this is from, this is actually, you can find it in the Git repository of the Cardano node in the MBO thing. So it's the official way, I think, to create nodes. And also create scripts to run 3 SPOs. So all these SPOs will run on your own system. So having done that, we're generating new keys. We can start those services. and then you have like a cluster folder. It's all a work in progress, so maybe we need to change some stuff here. Here's all the keys that have been generated, all the information to run all that stuff. And there's this node IPC folder, and here, oh, it's not there. There should be a node socket here, so something is maybe wrong. I will check. Maybe it takes a little longer. I don't know.
So it exposes this, the node socket outside the setup or inside a Docker container. No, outside, right? We're running.
Yeah, this is on my local machine.
Mhm.
So, oh, that's right. I did something wrong. I need to compose down. I had old information in the Postgres database, so I need to remove that stuff. Because with new keys, it's saying, hey, this is all different, and that doesn't work with each other. So that's a good way. It's good to know, actually. So what's that called? Volume. Yeah. So I delete all the volumes, all the local volumes, and then we can start again. So it will again make new keys, and then we can check if this works better. So starting all those services. Should have DB sync. Right. Hooks. Right. So this is what you want to see. It's now inserting blocks, and you can see how fast that is going. So you're on hyper speed with generating blocks. So if I check now, yeah, we have a node socket. So if you want to communicate with the blockchain now, you have your node socket, and you can do all that stuff from here. I prepared a script where, if I do create transaction, this is like with the Genesis keys, you also get some Genesis money, like billions of fake ADA. And so I create that script to send that to a wallet. So the transaction has been submitted now to the blockchain. And I had a wallet set up for this, but probably that also needs to, like if I set up a local one wallet, but I think I need to delete it, because otherwise GameChanger will be confused. So I will have to remove those wallets, probably. And also,
what's the problem? Like, you need to change the address?
Well, I started this on if I create those wallets. I'm not sure. If I create this, I like every time, like now, I'm deleting the whole network and then starting over. So I'm not sure if GameChanger remembers some stuff of that old network, and therefore it doesn't work. So yeah, I'm not sure yet, but that last time I thought that was maybe an issue, but it may be better to start over. So I've set up all the services using localhost. So GraphQL, Ogmios, and Coils are connecting to my local machine. And I've already sent, I have some wallets prepared. So that should be just still the same. Import the wallet, continue, okay. Local one. It's not in the list, maybe. But continue. Let's see if it's connecting. That seems to work. Well, I already sent some cash there, so I don't know. Should work. I'm sending it to this address we're talking about.
Martin, maybe you are having issues because you're not selecting that local node as your only node. So you're switching between the actual pre-prod.
Oh no, you're so right. Damn it.
Yeah, that's you don't need to delete delete imported wallets, anything. You just need to point to the right node. That's
Exactly.
the only thing. But come on, man, you did it.
Oh, it's already working. You see? 2000
You
ADA.
don't need to delete anything.
So I can create every time I can, I can add ADA like this. So that works.
Martin, would you mind telling us why you would want to do this, or why would anybody else want to do it?
Say I'm flying tomorrow. I will be in the airplane the whole day, and then I can't use GameChanger. So when I have this testnet, I need no internet connection to use this setup. I can just keep building my application without, having to connect to the internet. And also, it's very fast. I can see like if I have issues where it's like, what the hell is going on with my database? I can easily start Postgres and then check for every transaction that's happening. I can check like in what area this change happened, because I have my UTXO view, and I can directly see every transaction that happened. So if I do a transaction here, it's probably going to show up here very fast. You see? Added. Oh, another one. So then you know exactly what's going on. So there's nothing confusing you about other stuff going on. Like if everybody is working on pre-production, you could see other stuff, and it's like it could be like making a very simple thing, like looking for a needle in a haystack. So you're compartmentalized your problem. I think it would be a great way to start your application building, because you can see exactly what is going on the blockchain. It is actually nice to run a query and then see, oh, there's another. That's just the thing that happens is dbsync adds a row here. That's the only thing that happens. And the result of what is in my wallet is the addition of all these. So, yeah, I think that makes it very, and of course, this is a very simple example. But say you're making a very complex application, you need to be able to know what's what with transactions.
It's great. I mean, there is a lot of value for builders here for testing things, for avoiding breaking or polluting. I don't know, even the pre-prod. With even you can mimic the exact same parameters from mainnet, and just to to make your own. Of course, this is for making your own testnets. You can create like a clone of mainnet, but working locally. I don't know, just whatever you need. It's more for builders Q than for everybody.
I don't like to pollute the post or pre-prod with all this policy IDs I would maybe creating. Maybe you're working for clients where you don't want to expose the policy ID or the asset name, because that would be maybe sensitive information. If I did this transaction, normally you would have to wait 20 seconds. Now I don't have to wait anymore. So there's no wait time. And that's like if you have to wait 20 seconds for a transaction or 1 second, that means that you're 20 times as fast iterating your design. So that's a huge time saving.
Oh, awesome. This is strictly private, your own private testnet that you're doing it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Would be nice to ease the setup, Martin, without having to rely on another branch. Would be great for, I don't know, like enabling this through MVARs or something like that. Maybe from a script. Come on, if I can help there, I don't know. But yeah, one day we need to do this. This is awesome, and congratulations, man. Nice.
But I have experience from last time to massage dbsync, which is the most work. But also there's some stuff in the makefile script which are making your life difficult. It's like hard-coded on the MK files script is hard-coded on network magic 42, and that makes it not work on GameChanger because it expects 1. dbsync doesn't work with the migrations -4. Like you need to remove some migrations.
Wait. Depending what you set up. If you set up the dandelion light node for preprod, you can use preprod parameters. If you set up for mainnet. So you have these two flavors that you can use, these two networks, these two parameters. So just for letting you know, maybe you will need something in the future. Remember, you can not only use preprod, you can use your local, like a mainnet clone, local, a local testnet with mainnet parameters, and make GameChanger work like if it's on mainnet, but actually it's hitting the underlying local. Sorry that.
Yeah, I mean, but there's still a lot of stuff that's different that makes it hard to integrate directly, because I need a separate Ogmios because I'm not using Cardano node Ogmios. So yeah, there's all this. That's quite a large number of differences, and we have talked before about modular. I can't say it. Modules, make modules of the Docker Compose, which is maybe necessary because the file is so big, you're scrolling all the time, and it makes no sense because sometimes you we have uncommented a lot, so yeah, it's not very pretty at the moment. So I think, yeah, if you can make separate files, and you could launch Docker Compose files separately, so yeah, that could be a solution. We have to talk about that later, some other time.
Sure. Splitting Node and Ognos would be great. I mean, somehow, I mean, in the middle of the journey, remember that we had to use that one because of GraphQL. I guess I don't remember why there was like a limitation there. But if we can split it back as we had it before, would be great.
Yeah, that would simplify. That would simplify that issue or that problem.
Okay, Martin, great. Hey, would be great to see more about the P2P thing, but the guys had some questions. Maybe we can give the mic to them a bit now, and then we can spend some time on the P2P. What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I don't know, Q or Max or somebody.
Hey, Adriana, real quick, sorry to jump turn. Is there anything you need to discuss about the notes I put in there for the wallet on mobile in the Discord?
Wait, say it again. For the note for the wallet?
No, for the game changer wallet on mobile. Was there anything you needed to discuss on that from the Discord post?
Yes.
First, now,
thank you.
Everybody else.
First, thank you, because for the guys who don't know, Rate is doing an amazing testing journey with GameChanger, and he was testing on mobile. So Rate, yeah, I mean, not discussing something specifically, but let me know any feedback and share the findings, everything. The mic is yours. I mean, this is the space. Thank you for your efforts. Amazing.
No, I mean, as far as there's not much as far as anyway, well, let me go back. I wanted to test it because like I try to keep my devices pretty much clean. Like I try to clear the caches out on all the browsers, and you can't really have a game changer wallet and also clear out all your cookies and your browser cache. So I was just playing around, and I was using the notes are in the Discord, but I was using the using a Pixel 7 Pro running Graphene OS, which is a fork of Android AOS. And the browser was Vanadium, which is a fork of Chromium, or it's a Chromium-based browser. There's only a few settings on there. Like the first notes I posted up, I had to resubmit them again because those settings didn't persist after a reboot, after a hard reboot with the on the device. So they're there, and that's it. As far as like, there's minimal settings, and I haven't used the wallet on mobile. I've had other pressing issues, but I haven't gone through and set up a whole bunch of wallets. So I would like to say, anybody following that, please, like, don't load up 20 wallets and then decide you're going to power off your phone and then yell at me because I missed something, because I haven't quite tested it with multiple wallets on there. But just using a browser as a regular browser, it works fine, and still clearing the cache. Like the wallet still persists, and so the cookies are there and the data is there. And I guess that's about it. And I think it's kind of a big deal is like the mobile like on your browser, you can request a desktop version for anybody that doesn't know. So you request a desktop version in GameChanger on a mobile device, and it still gives you the mobile version. It doesn't give you a desktop version. The left-hand menu is absent. This is on my testing, so could be different on iOS or standard flavor Android. So basically it just gave me a much smaller mobile wallet. And so, I mean, changing that back to unchecking the provide desktop site just put it back to the normal, larger font so you can actually see it and use it. And then the only one issue that I would say is just, it's not really a big issue. It's just when you open the menu, being able to click anywhere to close that menu versus having to actually close the menu button. And that's it. That's all I got on that. And I'm not trying to critique anything, but yeah. Anyway, just want to share everything. So if y'all got any questions, let me know. I'll be testing again in the future.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Really, that's a good one. Yeah, the close. Closing that menu. Yeah, that's right. I tried, but I failed. I did not have much time for improving that back then. But yeah, good one. Hey, I never tried the desktop view on mobile, and I am experiencing, at least. Let me see. But yeah, this is a good one. Let's see if I can share screen. Maybe depends on the screen, because I am.
Yeah, but there's no left-hand menu like even if you turn it landscape, there was no left-hand menu.
But it's great. It's great to share findings. This is Chrome. We need to organize this, but what you're initiating here is great. On Chrome, at least, it's behaving as it should, and I have even the menu here and everything. But remember the name of the browser.
Your menu's on the right-hand side. On desktop, the menu's on the left-hand side, and it's already expanded out.
But it depends. That depends because GameChanger is mobile. Is responsive, and it tries to adapt to the screen size. If I do this, probably we'll switch as you want, depending on the.
I tested landscape on mine too.
It's the same. Wait, but actually, it's on the right. The menu.
Yeah.
I get you. I get what you're saying.
And so that was the other consistency thing too. Like, menu on the right on mobile versus on the left on desktop. So.
But it's I think it's not a true thing unless it disappears or something. But it's I don't know what.
It worked. I just wanted.
Sure.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it worked. I just wanted to pass it on. That's all.
But great, thank you. This is fun. Thank you. I also one thing to check. I don't know that version of that browser that you're using. Can you check if it has some privacy preserving features? Maybe this is why everything was wiped. And if not, let me know, or I will be doing my research also.
No, it's if you have it, I will check. I'll check on something else. Like I'll download Brave or something like that and just leave it at default settings and then see if there's issues. But like I said, my devices, I try to keep data on them. Like I try to get rid of all the cached data on a regular basis, and I try to minimize whatever type of files or cookies websites put on the device in the first place. So.
Perfect. Just to clarify, GameChanger itself is not producing cookies. Maybe we are using cookies from, I don't know, something else, some other dependency from GameChanger, but GameChanger is not producing cookies. What we are using is session storage and local storage.
Yeah, bad choice of words. I apologize. Yeah.
No. I'm not correcting you. I'm not.
Turn off third-party cookies, and you'll be fine with GameChanger, 100%.
Okay, I'm not correcting you. I am just because I like what you're doing. I am supporting you. I'm sharing you specific details because I like privacy. I like what you're doing, and it's so great. To explore this. Thank you, man. You're great. Thank you. Really awesome to have you here. If I did not say that before, I'm saying it now. Thank you. Really, you're great. Okay. Prior we jump into that topic, there is something else somebody wants to speak. I don't see any raising hands here.
Quasar.
No, questions, no.
Yeah, I see Quasar and I think Mike.
Who is Quasar? Who was Quasar? I don't remember.
Max was also raising his hand.
Yeah, sorry, Max. I couldn't read the.
Oh, Q, come on.
Q was first.
Come on, Q. Don't ask permission, then just jump in.
He needs to bring up a 10th window. That's his audio window.
Yes, what's he doing? I don't. It's confused.
You guys are full of shit. Ladies and gentlemen listening home and around the world, there's no 10th window into your mind that you can pull up. It's a drop-down menu. Jealousy. Not jealousy. Ratio, thank you for doing that. I made a video, and I can't find it now, of clearing all of my browser settings on all my devices. And I've tested many browsers, many devices. You see the 10th window shit. It was the most stressful video. Like going through and just checking and making sure I had it all right. It's a 20-minute preparation and a lot of internal dialogue and debate and going back and forth.
Q, you do amazing things. I mean, but yeah, team up with Ratio. Let's we have to write down that thing because it's impossible to keep track to all the videos. Come on. Yeah, thank you. And yes, you're the #1 tester, wallet importer ever existed on GameChanger. Even you win me.
Yeah, right.
You have
fancy Discord notes. Yeah. No, I do want to copy what you did there and do it with the multi-sigs and stuff that Max and I are talking about, which, speak of Max, he would like to participate.
Hey, Max, come on. Jump in.
Yeah, thanks, guys. So I was just throwing this up with some potential candidates for the CC elections on just what's the scope of usability of GC with regards to governance actions as they stand now, and also the more advanced operations, right? So creating a multi-sig for a CC seat or a multi-sig for DREP and key management around that. Yeah, so I'm a little bit unfamiliar with how far GameChanger can work for those type of scenarios, and also building a bit of a flexible framework. That's by which I mean that if somebody loses their keys, how can you include some governance around that? Yeah, that broad question to summarize.
Thanks, Max. Hey, so it's a good one. And like everything on Cardano, there is not a black and white response, especially with GameChanger and this topic, because even prior Chang and Plumbing hard forks, we had some support, some level of support regarding the private key generation for DREPs and CC and everybody involved in the governance, because GameChanger is not written in stone and you can derive keys freely, right? If you are the user, you give permission for that, you can derive keys freely, meaning that using these keys for signing transactions should be okay, should be something that we have support already, meaning that if somebody, if a DApp is building a transaction for for requiring keys from DREPs and and all these roles you have on governance, you should be okay. This being said, it has not been tested, so it will be great to actually test this this thing. Regarding full support for governance actions and everything, no, GameChanger do not have full support for the governance CIP. We specifically only have a very good support for for DREP, actually for both delegation, right? For delegating to a DREP or to abstain or the no confidence vote. For that, we have very good support. Even you can make, I don't know, multi-sig wallets to vote, to delegate votes, which I don't know. It's nice, but all the other pieces of this puzzle, are missing, and it will require a lot of effort to actually cover that because it's very big. I mean, this CIP is very big, very complex, and I know some wallets got funding for this and we didn't. So maybe, I mean, we lose that train. If there is another train, guys, let us know regarding that, and maybe we can take it, and then we can add all these other features that are missing. But Max, to be clear once again, would be great to test actually if there is a way to test with some governance transactions, governance related transactions. Would be great to test. Regarding once again, regarding having private keys from DREPs and these governance roles, I think we are okay. We can get that covered already. Maybe there are some UI things that are missing, like you're not specifically getting to know that you have these keys, very clearly, that you have these governance keys, whatever. Maybe I can work out that a bit, improve that a bit if one of these, if this use case is required. But yeah, let's keep this conversation and let me know if what I'm saying replies properly the question or if there is missing.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That again was just a bit of a broad scene setting, so that's good to know.
There are, to be more specifically, I'm not going to take much time, but you have, regarding governance, you have new keys being derived, new type of keys. You have new certificates. Before you have like certificates for delegating stake, for example, to a pool. Now you have voting certificates and other kind of certificates. And then you have new features on the transaction body that appeared, new features. There are a lot of pieces. It's not like you have just one feature to cover. There is a lot. Also, one thing missing from governance actions, for example, is how to deal with metadata. Like, should the wallet show the metadata that is being signed or not? Or that there is a lot to discuss. This is why, I that path for free. Basically, it's a lot. But come on, guys, let me know anything you need. If you can start testing this, I will be thankful because I need somebody to test this with this governance transactions. And if there is something I can improve that is not super huge, I will do. For sure.
Okay, thanks. I'll let you know.
Q, did you want to say something?
Yeah. As soon as you hit backspace on Jitsi, it hangs up. on your device, on my device. I hang up when I try to go back. This is event. It's not that relevant, but because people are submitting budget proposals directly to the Treasury right now, and ultimately a lot of wallets kind of need all of the same stuff, and they really should, in my opinion, all be funded for some of these core, you know, things. It would be really cool if someone like Max or Sudo or Ratio would go ahead and submit a proposal for the wallets working group to cover, you know, all the wallets that didn't know that they needed to apply for funding to build out a whole bunch of Conway and governance features. And that way, you know, the wallets are covered. So you guys appreciate it. And we don't know when Catalyst is going to begin either. So I'm just throwing that out there.
Just want to say that's kind of, you're giving people 2 days, Q. Like, this is something that should have been brought up, that you should have voiced a while back, brother. I'm happy to work on a proposal, but 2 days to whip up a proposal.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, no. Thank you so much. And you are correct there. But I mean, it's
2 days for the
2 days.
proposal and 3 days for the implementation. That's how it works.
It's 2-day Tuesday. Like, honestly, that's why we do these on Tuesdays. So you got 2 days to ask for funding for the entire wallet group. Anyway, that's it.
To be super honest, maybe it's not the perfect timing for approaching something like this. If you guys really want it and really need it from GC, okay. But I mean, if this can wait a bit, because for those who don't know, remember, the idea. I mean, what I'm working at right now is improving some stuff on the wallet, preparing ground for adding the possibility of, replacing GraphQL API for something more lightweight and more popular, if I can say, because the idea is to decentralize, and it's complicated to run GraphQL nowadays. Martin is doing miracles to help in that regard, but ideally the idea is to run on something lighter and more adopted, like probably Blockfrost or Goyos. So that's what I'm focusing on, and will improve performance and stability for all of us a lot, drastically. That's the idea. And for those who know, this will be like the last stage of this beta, beta release. The last thing missing is this stability it's coming from backend. For us, it has been always complicated, because the idea was to make, avoid using a custom backend solution like most products do, because the idea was to keep this decentralizable, to allow people to just, deploy their own nodes and their own APIs, to own part of this project, and to have a saying, and even what Martin is doing, having even that possibility of running even a local testnet and plug it to GameChanger and let GameChanger work, even on a plane, whatever.
On a plane.
Whatever.
I
So that's the idea, and this would not be possible if we would have decided to use a custom made backend. This is why we are pushing always with backends that are, with APIs that are official or are popular on Cardano community. So, okay, this is my main focus area on these upcoming months. So, to be honest, if these governance features can wait a bit more, would be probably beneficial for all of us. We will have a better user experience, right? A faster wallet. I want to see loading times as fast as what we have seen with Martin's demo. Really, we need to improve that. And yeah, GraphQL is actually the API we should all be relying on, or mostly all on Cardano. It's very good to have GraphQL available, but it's not doing the task properly nowadays. It needs a lot of love, and yeah, nobody's putting that love yet. Probably Martin, but yeah, that's a spoiler. Okay, I will shut up.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to ask you questions, so you're not going to get this up for long. I don't know how difficult this would be, but the DREPs have to file their information or something on IPFS, if I'm not mistaken, and or GitHub. Is this not, I mean, like a prime perfect example for GCFS? And is there not a dApp that we could build to do that part fairly easy, or is that just
Q, it's great. I mean, I've been sharing to governance guys since last year that GCFS exists and it's a solution to keep things more on chain and stop, pinning things on places that will disappear, on storage solutions that may disappear. With this, you guys have the opportunity of store things on chain. Also, everybody is wanting to have more transactions on chain nowadays. They have the file system that relies on multiple transactions to store data on chain. They complain they have off-chain information, and they complain they don't have better transaction count on chain. I don't know what else to do. And the solution is always, can we do idea? Can we do something? Yes, of course we can. The thing is that is always too much to focus on. But Q, the answer is yes, we can do. Actually, the thing that I would really ask the community to help us is the next iteration of Catalyst, or I don't know, any other funding solution, would be to open source CFS, and to provide we tried to open source it through Catalyst 2 times. Would be great to finally do it and offer this fully to the community to tweak it, to improve it, to change it, to deploy it on their own. Would be great. That's my 2 cents. But Q, replying to you, yes, it's doable. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Then you mentioned like one of the last things on the beta. I want to add in there UI UX improvement on the landing page and general wallet as well, and ask, is there a timeline or a deadline that we should start really aiming for on those things?
I'm sorry, I have to go.
I knew it. Sir, I will not be making UI UX changes. The wallet is perfect on mobile.
No, I don't. I mean, I can suffer any kind of job that is asked to be done. What I suffer most are timelines, deadlines. I am committed. I am working on that. Even if you don't know, I am working on that day and night. But what I don't want to is to promise milestones and deadlines, which I may fail, because some weeks we lost some weeks sometimes because we need to care about, I don't know, issues with backends and stuff that deviates us from focusing. So I don't want to promise, because the team is super small. Actually, I am the only one coding wallet side, and Martin is mostly helping with underlying code. We are doing our best, but it's I cannot promise deadlines. But
and I'm not looking for a promise or anything, but a goal or a aspiration. June 1st, July 1st. Like third quarter.
Yeah, that's a deadline. But I would say that I will be pissed off with myself if quarter 3 do not start with this solved. That's my deadline.
Would it be better to for this UI or UI UX update? Would it be better to create like wireframes for it first before, and then that would allow you to, I mean, look at it, and all you'd have to do then is just look at it. I mean, you know, for feedback purposes and iterative updates. I mean, you just create the wireframes and send them to you and Martin, whoever else is interested, and then they can make comments, suggestions on it. And then we finalize something before you start doing incremental updates. And I know that's not where your heart's at, but UI UX is super duper important.
I know, guys. I know you're right on pushing on the UX UI thing. You're right. The thing is that I fear, and that's any developer will say the same. Like, it's hard to keep up with the aspirations of UX designs, and last time, I don't know. I feel personally that I listened a lot to Martin's suggestions, for example, for the last big one changes that we have. And I feel like Martin was still super frustrated, like, no, man. So this is my experience. I am super thankful for what Martin did. Look at his face. And what I don't want to is this to happen again, because I will not be able to keep to keep up to the aspirations of making, a very modern, new, super duper great UI design. So if you want to help me there, of course, I will never say no, but please don't get frustrated then if I don't keep up, because I prefer to focus maybe on this only UX feature that we need to solve since ages, that is the developer mode switch, to just hide a lot of things that are there that are maybe getting some users crazy. And I prefer to focus on that single UX thing plus what I'm saying regarding performance, and wrapping this beta stage for good and moving on. And then we can improve in time everything you want. But if you ask me, I would say that for me are the priorities. And I am missing a lot of stuff here, like making the new landing website, and a lot of other minor stuff, some documentation changes, URL. I mean, we have to adapt a lot of URLs now if we do such a thing like exiting the beta. There is a lot of work always that nobody's looking at, but there is there, and I know that I have to do it. And so my 2 cents here is, if you want to help, yes, be my guest, but please don't get frustrated, and I will take that in time. I mean, in the time that I will be able to, to work on it. Don't get frustrated. Don't expect me to do magic. I prefer to move on quickly and get exit the beta stage, so we can just focus on also more normal stuff to focus on, like making maybe the team bigger, focusing on revenue for making the team bigger, and stuff like that. I think that should be like the most important things, because UX is important, but also a working product. I will put a working product properly first, and then UX. And GameChanger is working. It's working fine, but we can improve performance and scalability also, because these size bomb issues will be gone if we can just stop leveraging too much on GraphQL, for example.
I'm curious if there's a document or an aggregation somewhere of all the suggested updates for the GameChanger wallet, or if it's just in people's heads and scattered everywhere across, here and there in Discord, and here and there in meetings. Like, is there an aggregated document somewhere? If not,
I might. Yeah, no, not really. I might have something.
that's what I mean. I know you started this back then, but yeah, that was always the idea, to try to centralize all this feedback, all this information in a way that we can also prioritize over that, and start saying, okay, this is the backlog we need to cover. We can start here. We can, that would be great, Radio, really. And you started this already, I think. So yeah, please team up. Don't. I mean, it's important for specifically this task to just combine feedback from everybody. Yeah. But thank you. If you want to help there, thank you. Really.
So have we? I know Quasar was talking to this. I'm not trying to deviate or tangent this conversation, but like, I know there's some forms that were requested. Like, I think you mentioned like creating some forms. I'm assuming they're like feedback forms, or anyway, I'm happy to do that. But in order to help y'all with that, I mean, I guess I can create the YAML files offline, but I don't have access to the server, to the GitHub server, to do any of that stuff. And I'm not asking for permission right now. I mean, that's up to y'all to decide. Like, if y'all say no, that's fine too. But I feel like it would help as far as organizing things. But that's just my view. So I'm not trying to sell myself. I'm not going to provide you a CD or anything like that. It's entirely up to y'all.
Thank you, Radio. Thank you. Yeah, we need to focus on that. So one day do a good goal and just solve it. But yeah, who's making the conversation so sweet? So, no, but thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, we need to find time for that and do it properly. Maybe can it wait a bit longer? Not super longer, but a bit, so I can, focus on this stuff as soon as possible. I like to tackle things like 100%. So if I can tackle this 100%, no, yeah, like I want to just focus on that, not to do multitasking in a way that I can really, move on from things and finish stuff.
Let me ask you,
perfectly, but finish.
The thing that could wait a little bit, was it just the feedback forms and stuff, or adding ratio to the GitHub server, or was there anything specific on that, or not?
But then I mean, we can do that of course, but of course there is always more stuff to pay attention to. So at least give me this week, the other week, to try to at least to organize myself with the tasks I have, and because we need to just focus on how to do it and do it. Maybe a call will solve it all together, and that's it. But yeah, I prefer to not to rush it right now, so I can just focus on other stuff. Also, Martin, I mean, you don't know, but we talk with Martin like every day. We are chatting a lot, mostly, and sharing a lot of things. He's doing a lot of work. We need to also. I need to catch up with him with a lot of stuff from Dandelion Light. I mean, I will tackle Dandelion Light tasks soon that I'm been postponing because I was working with the wallet. So yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, and I appreciate everything that everybody's doing. And I think myself and Ratio are looking to make sure that we're using our time wisely, taking these things off y'all's plates, that we can, and have it prepared and ready, so it's just an easy slam dunk when you've completed the wallet 100%.
That's never to happen.
Yeah, that's a good.
And I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, like, guys, I mean, Q, do you remember when I started saying, okay, we need to improve the API situation? Did you remember? I mean, do you remember when I started saying this? Like ages ago, and this is how things are. I mean, I'm always focusing on too much stuff and not into these huge milestones. And this is the last huge milestone to focus on. So yeah,
Is the API stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
it needs to be sacred. I mean, the first thing was to make Dandelion Light and to improve as much as possible GraphQL and everything we have. That was done, but it's not enough. Never is enough, right? So now the idea is to just switch to a more performant, and popular maybe API. Also, GraphQL it's at the brink of extinction all the time. It's like it's maintained, but it's like it's not super maintained. So we have to. We live with fear, man. It's like we need to move on, and it's about time. But it's a complicated task because we consume a lot from these APIs, not just basic, requests.
Right. I mean, can we not get the SIP editors meeting, the wallet working group, other people, complaining about this same stuff and